Hello, hello, hello. I am Allison Nissen, and today I am with Amy Hearn.
Amy Hueston.
Amy Houston! And I am so glad you're all here
Hi,
with me.
Allison.
This is the Florida Writers Association. FWA is an all volunteer nonprofit group for writers of all levels. We do writing conferences, workshops, webinars, podcasts, and events just like this one. Thank you for joining us at the Florida Writers Book Expo. We have 60 booths across multiple genres with some amazing authors for you to meet. And we have one of those amazing authors with us right now. Amy, we are so glad that you are here. Could you tell me a little bit about your bio?
Hi. About my bio. Sure. I'm Amy Houston. I have a cozy mystery series out. I have the second book just came out, the second of two. I just so happen to have them here. So this is Pause for Concern, book 1 in the Canine Confections, and this is book 2, Pause for Alarm. And book 3 is coming soon, and it talks a lot about dogs and pastry and Palm Beach. And it's just a light, fun, easy reading, comfort food for the reading mind.
I love it. I love it. So it's comfort food for the reading mind. I love that. That's awesome. Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. I just came up with it, so let's go with it. Since I said it.
All right. How did you get started writing?
I don't know, really. I just always have loved to read, and I just thought it might sound like fun to try writing. So that's pretty much it.
You just went to the deep end of the pool and just jumped right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, what type of books inspire?
Just a few years ago, only a few years ago. So I'm pretty new.
Well, we love all types of writers. If they've been in the industry forever and those that are new, we are really glad you're with us. Can you tell me what type of books that inspire you?
Stephen King's classics, the old stuff that he wrote really inspired me. Misery and The Shining and all those books. But I love horror movies, so Psycho. But as far as what inspired me to try writing cozy mysteries, which are pretty far from horror, I liked the Lawrence Sanders series, the Archie McNally series. They were in Palm Beach, and they seemed so real that when I would go to Palm Beach, which is not far from where I live, by the way, I almost felt that I would run into Archie because he did such a great job making the characters real. And he talked about food a lot, which, I love food, so that was fun. And then Palm Beach, it's sort of a magical seeming place. And it seemed like fun. So I incorporated the things that make me happy into this series. But I love reading psychological thrillers, and I'm working on those right now as well. And they're not horror. But they're twisty and a lot of brain thinking, mind puzzling things that I love. But in the cozy mysteries, there's no naughty language or sex or gore, of course, in a cozy. In the psychological mystery, I'm allowed to veer into those a little bit.
It will make your writing journey.
So that was a long answer to a quick question.
That's all right. But what's been the biggest challenge for you as a writer?
As a writer, the biggest challenge in the publishing or the writing world, any challenge, you're looking for any challenge, right? Well, when I first started writing, which was a few years ago, I thought, I have this in my bio, the Woman's World magazine, which I don't happen to have around right now, but you know that you see at Publix and Walmart, Woman's World. Are you
Yep,
familiar with it? Okay.
exactly.
So I've written a couple of, I thought, well, I want to write mysteries for them. So, but it's hard, it was hard to get in because they get a lot of people writing. And so there was so much out there on the internet to go for that I just went right for the top of, and I got rejected a lot from Woman's World at first, but now I have a few stories in it, and they even selected one of my stories to be in a special mystery digest that just came out. So I'm really excited about that because they picked my story to be in their special digest. So that's really fun. So the rejection is not easy, but I'm a singer, so I'm sort of used to it in show business. You get used to these things. But as a published author, the most challenging thing is one of the most challenging things is trying to get people, not see, even saying that, I don't want to try to get people to want to read my books or listen to me or look at me now at all. But I would like them to read my books, of course. And because there's so much out there, one of the most challenging things is offering it to people without feeling like I am pestering them. And then getting reviews is important for an author, and I never knew that before. And I've asked for them in various ways, directly, indirectly, kindly, respectfully. I know everyone's busy, and it's really hard getting people to take the time to review because everyone is so busy who has time. So that taking people's time and wanting to offer them truly something that they will enjoy is probably the biggest challenge for me. Another long answer to a short question.
Well, what piece of advice would you give yourself if you were looking back at the very beginning of your writing career? So as you began to write, would you offer?
Yeah, I understand the question. I'm sorry. To have more confidence in and to trust myself and my gut when it comes to other people who are professionals or supposed professionals. I've met amazing people in the publishing industry, and then those who are not, who maybe veered me a little bit in a direction I wouldn't have wanted to go, and I placed so much trust in them that I didn't trust my gut enough. And so you have to educate yourself. You have to trust other people for sure. I would like, yeah, I'm being so blatantly honest right now but I don't know how else to be. To have confidence in yourself, but respect others as well.
It's a good balance that we have to have. Tell me about the most fun part.
Getting my dog. All right. The most fun part?
Yep. What's your most fun part?
The most fun part? The writing itself. The writing itself is really fun. The writing itself is really fun. And then meeting so many cool people. I've met some really amazing people. Seriously. I've met like really, really nice people in the industry. It's nuts. I mean, I was in show business and I sing now even. I still am a singer. And, I meet nice people there too, but it's different. And I've met some really nice people. I think that and the writing has been the most fun. What about you? Let's talk about you.
Oh, let's talk about me. Okay. You need to come on the Florida Writer podcast and we'll talk a lot about me. But today, this is all about you. But I'll tell you what, I want to know about when you were a child, did you have any ideas that you might become a writer?
No, I sang and acted, and no. It didn't really seem fun. Oh, well, I did do creative writing in school, but I never really thought of it as a career or a profession, no.
Well, so let's think about that, though. You were a performer, and you did acting. In some ways, I find that writing is a little bit like acting, and that you're creating scenarios and you're building scenes and you're building a different world, much like you would as an actress.
Yeah, it's really fun to when I'm writing. Sorry, I have dog hair in my mouth. Yeah, so when I'm writing, the characters are alive for me, and so I can feel them sort of, and they are buzzing. My visual is that they're behind the curtain on the stage, and they're going bzz, 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 bzz. They're all talking, and it doesn't make really sense, but they are talking about what they're going to say next, which doesn't make any sense except in my brain. So they're behind stage and they're getting ready to come out on stage and speak. And I don't really know what they're going to say until they're out on stage. That's the vision I have in my head. And I find it very interesting to learn about people in real life, all different kinds of people, walks of life, different cultures, different perceptions. It's really fun for me, which is why I like psychological thriller, I think, because I love knowing how people think, what makes them tick. And so getting into the characters' heads is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes, I will agree with that. I will agree with that. So I have to ask, is this one of the pups that's in your books?
No.
No. That's a simple answer there. And
I have the dog in my book is a dog that I did have a long time ago. I don't know. I like to keep no. Yeah, no.
Well, do you have anything from your personal life that has made it into your books?
Yeah, my dog from years ago. Her name was Ebony.
Okay, all right. And do you have any?
So she plays Sweet Pea. She's a lot like Sweet Pea is in my book. Yeah. And then I have pieces of dogs that I've had or have in my books. Yeah. And we have a lot of guest stars in the books because it's a dog bakery. So my book is, Cozy Mysteries often have bakeries or some kind of a hobby. Mine has a dog bakery. So we have dog treats at Canine Confections is the name of the dog bakery on Worth Avenue in Palm Beach. And so we get to meet a lot of dogs. And actually a cat shows up in book 2.
Well, you got to add a little bit of diversity in there.
Yeah, and the cat's picking on Sweet Pea.
Oh, no.
Well, it'll be okay.
Okay, all right. Well,
it's a cozy, so everything's good. Everything's groovy in a cozy. Nothing really goes awfully wrong except for the dead person. Everything else is good.
And how would you describe the voice that you use when you're writing? Do you like
the voice?
Yeah. Do you use a strong female character, or is it the dogs that are talking? How's it?
No dogs are talking. Sweet Pea whimpers and looks into the eyes of people, and licks is a clue. So if you read my books, licking is a clue in book 1. See, I just gave it a clue to you. No dogs talk. It's kind of, there's strong female voices. Yeah, there's one man detective and then a couple of guys in it, but it's a group of women so far. And most of them are strong women. One of them is Snippy. I think she's my favorite to write. And then one of them is a little bit of she's not a dim bulb, but she's a naive, and she's fun to write too. My main character, Samantha, is the one who opened the dog bakery, Canine Confections. And her Aunt Mary. She lives in Aunt Mary's cottage on the estate next to Aunt Mary's mansion, and Aunt Mary is 70 as opposed to Samantha, who's 27. And Aunt Mary's fun too. She's kind of strong, confident.
Well, I like the stories that you're introducing, and I think they'll be fun to read. So tell me, the book you're working on right now, how far are you? Do you have a working title?
Yes, it's Paws of Death. It was going to be Pause for Death, but I think Pause of Death, like Cause of Death. So that's book 3. And then I have a suspense 2 that I'm working on.
Well, that's
Whole
really
a different genre.
a
Yeah.
whole, yeah.
But Pause of Death, though, should be out in the next few months.
I love that. It's PAWS, right? Or is it?
Yep. Yes. So we have Pause for Concern. Pause for Alarm. Oh,
All
can I
right.
mention one other thing that's fun? Do we have
Yeah,
time?
please.
There's a you want to go? Are you done? This is Lucky, by the way.
Hi, Lucky.
So I have another guy. He's in the other room. The other fun thing I just wanted to mention was that dog bakery, yes, and also recipe in the back, as many cozies have, but this has 3 Dog Bakery created my recipes for my series so far. 3 Dog Bakery is the first of the dog bakeries created in 1989. And I'm pretty excited that they created recipes for my books, so that's fun.
That
And
is
they have products in Walmart, Publix. They have bakeries, all dog bakeries all over the world. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
that is really great. That is really great. Well, Amy, thank you so much for coming. How could people get in touch with you? Or they certainly should visit your booth that's here at the Expo.
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
All right. And
It's just my name, Amy Hueston. Yep.
all right. Well, Amy Hueston, thank you so much. I have really enjoyed this interview.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Okay.
You all have a great day and happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Bye.
Bye.